Hey everybody, welcome to the new episode. And today we're joined, of course, with me.
And Rowan.
And Regis.
All right, and so this episode, basically, the bulk of it, we're going to talk about our conventions. Where we're hitting convention season. Summertime starts the bulk of them, all the big ones, the important ones that everybody likes to go to. But first, kind of want to start something a little new and kind of just talk about the weekend box office. You know, the movies that came out, how they ranked, how much money they made. Is it a surprise? Anything surprising in the numbers they made, whether higher or lower than expected? So, to start off, of course, the big movie of the weekend was Ninja Turtles. No surprise there. Brought in about 35 million. You had X-Men Apocalypse at number 2 at 22 million. The new movie Me Before You at 18 million. Alice Through the Looking Glass 10 million. Angry Birds at almost 10 million. It was 9.7. You had Civil War at 7.5 million. Neighbors 2 at 4.7. Popstar, one of the other new movies that came out this week. Number 8 with 4.6 million. Number 9 was Jungle Book with 4 million. And number 10 was The Nice Guys at 3.5 million. Now, of course, like I said, no surprise when Ninja Turtle made it to the top spot. I don't think anybody expected that. Or I did not expect that, I should say. And the one big surprise for me was Popstar. I figured it would be a little bit higher. Came in at number 8 with 4.6 million. That's real low for what I thought this movie would do. I expected it to be in the top 5, maybe somewhere in the teens, but it only did 4.6. So what about you, Ro? Any surprises there? Anything?
I would have to say with the Popstar movie because I've seen the trailers for it, and of course when I first looked at it, I just thought it was just the main dude from Lonely Island. I didn't think it was the entire Lonely Island, and I do like the Lonely Island, so I kind of find it funny that they made a movie, and to see it actually, doing maybe not as well as I would have thought they would, because Lonely Island it's funny. I mean, they get some really good chuckles, and they've made their 2 albums. They've been on Saturday Night Live. They've done some funny stuff. For me, I think they could have done better, but seeing that I haven't seen the movie as of yet, I don't know what would make them not be as high as maybe at least beat out X-Men Apocalypse.
Well,
maybe not that much, but at least be up in the top 5.
Yeah, and it's actually getting very good reviews. Like on Rotten Tomatoes right now, it's in the high 80s, which for a movie like this is ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's not something you would expect. And from all the reviews and everything I've read, everybody has said this is a hilarious movie. So maybe word of mouth will get it up. Maybe next week it'll do a little bit better. We'll see.
Because this was its opening.
Yeah, this was opening weekend. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Because you had this one, had Me Before You, and Ninja Turtles were what came out this weekend.
Yeah. So I can kind of see how it didn't do so well just because of the fact that you had Ninja Turtles and you also had Civil War and X-Men Apocalypse still in the theater, so it kind of got overshadowed.
Yeah.
So now once that opening week is out, maybe they will do a lot better because people are like, okay, we've seen these. Let's check out Popstar just one more time just to see how it is.
So what about you, Regis? Anything?
Well, I know I'm a girl. I know I should probably like girly movies, but I don't want to go to the movie theater to cry. The Me Before You, I see the interest. I see the general storyline. I don't have intention on seeing the movie at the movie theater. Eventually see it, probably own it, iffy. But I'm a little surprised at how much money it made already. I'm like, really?
Number 3 was a surprise. I didn't think it would do that high. I expected it, like I said, maybe 4 or 5.
Yeah.
So that was a little surprise, yes. And, it's 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 a chick flick.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's.
But
There were a lot of talk of it being like the new Notebook, which I never saw. So not my kind of movie.
Okay, yes, most of the female population saw the Notebook. Most of the female population cried. I will admit, yes, I cried, but I'm not a typical crier. I did not cry at Bambi, okay? And I did not cry at the Notebook all the way through with a box of tissues. At the very, very end, and I'm not going to be a spoiler, but at the very, very end, when those scenes happen, that's when I cried. And then you see the credits. I'm like, man. Like, so I am not the typical, I got to go see this girly movie and have a good cry. I'm like,
Drag on with you to go see it.
and like, nah. I mean,
I don't mind seeing it because I've seen the Notebook with her. I have seen.
And I have not. I
The
still haven't
Vow.
seen it.
I've seen The Vow with her. I've seen other chick flicks with her. I have no
but
qualms
the
about
same
seeing.
time we saw The Vow, we saw This Means War. I am a good girlfriend at that point in time.
Yes.
Yes, proud of your wife, but I was a good girlfriend. Like, if you see The Vow with me, then we'll see that first, and I'll happily see This Means War afterwards with you. Then we'll end it on a happier note. It's like, let's see the girly movie, and then let's see like a little action comedy, and then end it with an explosion.
Yeah.
Now, do you think, one thing that was I had read about was that, with Me Before You doing the numbers that it did, is what they call counter programming. Look at the movies that are out right now, superhero movies, all this, and then you throw this movie in there, which is completely the opposite.
Mm.
Do you think that maybe people want to go see the movies that are interested in comic book movies went and saw Me Before You instead?
Well, speaking for my mom and aunt, who they read comics, but they're not into superheroes any way, shape, or form. Not typical superheroes.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, look at this person who does something courageous in everyday life. Like, nah, but not someone that actually put on a mask and have a cape or whatever. So if they were actually going to dole out money and go to the movies, then yeah, when they look at the list, they probably end up going to go see that.
Gotcha.
Or something based on the book. And it's like, oh, let's go see that. Because they saw Dolores Claiborne simply because, like, oh, I read the book. Da, 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 da. I ended up going with them, but no, I didn't read the book. I enjoyed it anyway.
So any other thoughts on the weekend box office? I think one thing as well, Jungle Book's still sticking in there.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm
the movie's
surprised
been
too.
out for almost 2 months now, and it's still in the top 10.
But as you said to me before, that it's a really good movie for something that is a Disney movie that came out like 2 months ago.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it brought in another $4.2 million, which means domestically it's now $347 million that it has made since it came out.
Yeah.
And that says something about that movie.
Yeah.
We saw the same thing with Zootopia. It stayed in the top 10 forever. I think this is the first week it's not been in the top 10. And all right, well, she's got a bail, so
She'll be back. Don't worry. But one of the things I thought was interesting was the Neighbors 2.
Yeah.
Because
which was number 7 at 4.7 million.
Because I never saw the first one.
Mm-hmm.
The first one didn't really have much interest to me. And to see that the second one came out and it's going to have the same spiel as the first one, but just this time you're dealing with a sorority instead of a fraternity.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, there's still no interest, but to see that it's still holding strong in at least the top 10, that's a surprise to me.
Yeah.
Because you would have thought that after
disappears basically.
Yeah. But for something like that, unless there was something in there that Neighbors 2 did that they didn't do in the first Neighbors, that is why it's still holding strong. That's got to be the only other reason.
Well, who knows? And of course, we'll see what happens this weekend. When a couple more movies come out. I know the one I'm looking forward to, Warcraft, comes out.
Mm-hmm.
So,
well, what's your take on that? Because I've never played WoW at all.
I played it religious. The MMO I played religiously for a number of years. I was real big into lore, read a lot of the books, the comics. I was real big into the whole world. And some of the early reviews I've seen of this movie have been very mixed, but from a lot of the people who've played the games, they have said it's a phenomenal movie.
Okay. 'Cause
So
that's what I've heard.
that's what I'm looking forward to. I've heard from people that don't know anything. It's easy to get lost in the world and in the story because Duncan Jones, who's the director, he doesn't hold your hand.
Yes.
You're thrown into this world, this story, and fend for yourself. So
Yeah. Because.
but we'll talk about that some next week after I've had a chance to see it. Of course, I'll post my review once I've seen it.
It comes out what, next week?
This Friday.
This Friday? Oh,
Yeah, this Friday is when
wow.
it comes out. So I'm looking forward to that.
time sure flies.
Yeah.
I really cannot believe that. I mean, it was like it was almost like yesterday. I'm just like seeing a trailer for it, going like, oh, they actually are making a Warcraft movie.
Yeah.
Took them a long time,
Been a long time in the
but they
making.
finally did it, and now it's like, oh, it's here. Great.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So with that out the way, we'll go to basically the topic we're going to be going over today, and it's conventions. Not just not just like your Comic-Con, your Dragon Con, just conventions in general. Like I said, we're getting real big into convention season, which is usually this time of year. The summer times where it really kicks in, going into later in the year into your Septembers and all that. And there's a lot of them out there. Not all of them are the big ones. Like I said, like your Comic-Con or your Dragon Con or your anime expos that draw hundreds of thousands of people.
Yeah.
Your multiple convention centers. There's a lot of them that are just in like a hotel lobby. That are maybe a few rooms, and that's it. They're real small, maybe a few dozen people at most. And then, of course, like you said, you get your giant ones that are hundreds of thousands of people. And, it just makes you wonder, it's how does a convention get to that level? How does one stay the top? How does San Diego Comic-Con keep its prestige level that it has? It's you got to think about it.
Yeah.
What happens? And she's back.
Back.
And we have our fourth guest. And you gonna say hi? Okay. You're just gonna give me that look. So, yeah, I mean, there's here in the Savannah area, there's one that just recently kind of popped up. Called GnomeCon. Still small. Then there was a recent one. Kind of just got going. Several years ago, it was called MomoCon.
Yes.
Now I remember when this one first came out. It was just at like a college.
Georgia Tech College.
Georgia Tech.
Yeah, because I also went there too. And
it was free. There wasn't a lot there. Now it's actually pretty big.
Yes, I have heard so much good reviews about that con itself that it's literally maybe just a little bit better than AWA, and we have gone to AWA, which
that was our first one. I remember my first time there. It was one we went to every year for a number of years. Of course, various things have changed that, like these.
Yeah. That's mine. Okay.
Yeah, that's his. Mine's at home.
What happened to ours? But okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's ours. This is ours.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you who your daddy is. We're gonna work on something else.
But AWA was a big one. It's actually still one